We've gone through coal mines, uranium mines, and we saw the effects of those. Many of our elders have passed on because of those type of minings. Now they're shut down, but now we have oil and gas. Oil and gas wells are just popping up everywhere, and to me, it's very sad. And I've educated myself, and with the United Methodist Women Climate Justice campaigns, I've learned even more as far as the logistics on how they're set up and how they drill for these elements underground. And so it really saddens me because a lot of our elders are suffering from it. A lot of them have asthma, and these wells, they have a lot of the carbon emissions and all of these, the black smoke that comes out of them, and it's just all over in the air, and they get asthma and cancer, and they're having difficulty just surviving day to day. But we also have our children. Our children are out there playing in the yards, and these wells are set near schools, near the trading post businesses, and the schools. So our children are playing out there and having to breathe in all of that smog. I think it also affects our young women who are pregnant, because being pregnant, their babies are still developing, and as they're growing, they could have a preterm birth, and also it can affect the unborn with congenital heart problems. So hearing from these elders, and there are many others telling us what's going on, and that's why I took an interest in our environment around here. Our Mother Earth is sacred, and it provides us with everything we need, and it sustains us physically, mentally, emotionally, and it's affecting our environment everywhere. One of the things that we have been doing is calling and writing to our legislatures and telling them about some of these things. Over the past years as a director, I had the opportunity to speak before the Environmental Protection Agency when they had public hearings, and I let them know. I spoke out because I'm a grandmother, I'm a great-grandmother, and not only for us, but also for all of our four-legged relatives and those that are in the water, those that fly above us. One of the things that that we would like to see is legislation to strengthen these standards and the regulating these equipment. A lot of the carbon and methane's coming out of these equipment, and some of these equipment may be faulty where it's leaking, and they are leaking. So we need to have strong legislation, strong rules in monitoring these equipment. The EPA's revising some of these standards and these rules, and we're encouraging them to make them strong and to really monitor these equipment, these facilities. And one of the recommendations that we think about is having the community become involved. They can be the community to monitor these these wells, these oil and gas wells. The other thing we also would recommend is that these orphan wells, these abandoned wells, once they're all used and they're no longer in operation, they should be removed. They should be dismantled and removed and taken back to wherever they want in their own backyard. But because they leave residue, black residue from the oil on the ground, and in those areas they're contaminated and vegetation is not going to grow. And it would be very nice if they cleared out the area and removed some of that black residue on the ground, and then grow more vegetation again. Leave it the way it was when they came. When you're a visitor somewhere and you come to a nice place, it's just common sense to leave the way it was when you got there. So that's merely what I'm referring to. And so we all need to stand up, and we all need to speak up and let them know that this is what we want. because this is our land. This is our sacred land that we live on. That as United Methodist women, that we can all take a stand, that we can all be a part of the solution, and we can all work towards just energy for all. United Methodist women, we reach out to you, call out to you to rise up and to tackle these issues with climate justice. And also that we can show our faith through our actions as we work through our climate justice campaigns.
Glory, hallelujah.